Hi, hello, welcome back. How are you all? Hope you're all fine. Today we are moving on to our next topic, various forms of energy. In the previous video we have discussed about what is energy, what are the different examples of energy, and what is the relation between work and energy, and what are the different units of energy. So now we are moving on to various forms of energy. We all know that energy exists in different forms, and we are very familiar with some of the forms of energy. First and a very important form of energy is the mechanical energy, light energy, heat energy, sound energy, solar energy, magnetic energy. All these are different forms of energy. So let us study more about various forms of energy. So let us get started. First thing is that mechanical energy. Mechanical energy are of two types. First thing is that potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is the stored energy of an object. If any object is in the rest or in the particular position and the object contain or it possesses some energy in order to be in that particular position. So the stored energy in an object is known as potential energy. That is the energy of an object that has due to its position, okay, or its location is known as potential energy. And second type is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of an object due to its motion. When an object is in motion, then it possesses the kinetic energy. When the object is in rest, then it possesses potential energy. Now, more examples of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of a moving object. There are so many examples are there. Running water, moving vehicle, playing children, and different things are there, isn't it? So, whatever be the object which is in the motion, that particular object will possess kinetic energy. Okay. So, let us study more about kinetic energy. Energy possessed by an object in motion is called its kinetic energy. Okay, and the kinetic energy of an object depends on two factors. And let us see what are the different factors or the factors in which the kinetic energy depends on. First one is the mass of the object. That is, heavier the object, greater is the kinetic energy. And speed of the object. Greater the speed of the object, greater is the kinetic energy. So these are the two factors in which the kinetic energy of an object depends on. That is the mass as well as the speed. So in fact, if an object of mass m is moving with a speed v, then its kinetic energy can be calculated as half mv square, where m is the mass of the object and v is the speed of the object. So it is directly proportional, that is the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the mass as well as the speed. So when the mass is increased, the kinetic energy also increased. When the speed of the object increased, as the kinetic energy also increases. So these are the two very, very important factors in which the kinetic energy depends on. Okay. Next thing is potential energy. We can see different objects which is in rest. So the energy in matter due to its position or the arrangement of its parts is known as potential energy. That is, we can say that potential energy is the energy which can be defined as energy possessed by an object in its position or due to its location, or the position is known as potential energy. Okay. Let us study more about potential energy. Potential energy are of two types. It is gravitational potential energy and that of elastic potential energy. See, we know that potential energy is the energy possessed by an object in rest, isn't it? So it is of two types: gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. First thing is that an object placed at height possesses potential energy due to its position. This type of potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy. So whatever the object it is in the earth's surface, every object will possess the gravitational potential energy, because we all know that gravitational energy or the gravitation force of attraction is the attractive force in which the earth is attracting all the objects in its surface, in the earth's surface, towards its center. It is known as gravitational energy or the gravitation force. And the potential energy due to its position is known as gravitational potential energy. Now, how we can calculate potential energy? Potential energy depends on three factors. That is the mass, acceleration due to gravity, and that of height. That is from the earth's surface, or it is calculated, the height is calculated from the earth's surface, how far the object is in. So it depends on three factors: mass, acceleration due to gravity, as well as height. So potential energy can be calculated as m into g into h. Okay, mgh. And the kinetic energy that we have studied is half mv square. Okay, so study that very well. Kinetic energy is half mv square and potential energy is mgh. Okay, and next one, an object can have potential energy on account of its configuration or change in configuration. It is known as elastic potential energy. Elasticity, that we are a familiar word, isn't it? Elastic. So when the object having the potential energy due to its configuration or the change in configuration is known as elastic potential energy. That is, we can take the example of a spring. When it is compressed or when it is stretched, in that particular position, the potential energy is known as elastic potential energy. So in the picture, you can see a spring as well as a stretched rubber band as well as a stretched bow, isn't it? So in that particular, it is stretched. That is, it has a change in its configuration. So we can say that in that particular position, the potential energy is known as elastic potential energy. Okay, so these are the very, very important mechanical energies. Okay, mechanical energy are of two types: kinetic energy and potential energy. And kinetic energy is the energy of a moving object, and potential energy is the energy of the object at rest. Okay, now chemical energy. See, we are discussing about what are the different types of energy, isn't it? So we have discussed about mechanical energy. Next one is chemical energy. Chemical energy, the energy stored in matter due to its chemical composition, is called its chemical energy. Okay, say it has any object which will be composed of different things or atoms or molecules, isn't it? There is a chemical composition in every object or any things. So the energy stored in matter due to its chemical composition is known as chemical energy. Coal, wood, kerosene, petrol, diesel, oil, etc. all have chemical energy stored in them. So for example, a burning matchstick, that is, the chemical energy is converting to heat energy and light energy, isn't it? It is due to the chemical energy inside that it is changing to another type of energy, isn't it? So these are the chemical energy. And firecrackers, it is the chemical or the chemical energy stored in the firecrackers which makes the it burn, isn't it? So chemical energy is the energy stored in the matter due to its chemical composition. Okay, so it is known as chemical energy. Now, heat energy or thermal energy. Heat energy can be also called as thermal energy. It is also very familiar for you, isn't it? Heat energy or heat is that form of energy which gives the sensation of warmth. Okay, see, if we are touching any heat object, we can feel that it is warm, isn't it? So that particular sensation of warmth is known as heat or the thermal energy. When a fuel or for example, coal, wood, petrol, diesel, natural gas, etc. is burned, its stored chemical energy gets converted into heat energy. So in all these fuels, there is a chemical energy inside that, as well as that stored chemical energy is converting to heat energy as well as the light energy. Okay, so heat energy is the form of energy which gives the sensation of warmth. Okay, next one is light energy or the radiant energy. See, if there is no light, can we see anything? No. So we can say that it is the very, very special, or it is the very important source of energy, isn't it? So we can see objects only due to light. If there is no light, we cannot see anything, isn't it? So we can say that light is that form of energy which enable us to see the objects all around us. So the sun is the main source of light on the earth. Sun is the major source of light. Electric bulb, fluorescent tubes, CFLs and LED lamps also emit light. So these are the different examples for light energy, that is who are emitting the light energy. So children, in this video we have discussed about what are the various forms of energy, isn't it? So first thing is that mechanical energy. Mechanical energy are of two types, potential energy as well as kinetic energy. And next one is what is heat energy, what is light energy, and what is chemical energy. So this is for the class. Study well, go through your textbook, understand the concept. Thank you. Keep watching.